So today is Friday the 13th, and in honor of that, I thought I would make a video exploring the origins of Friday the 13th. So let's get started. Firstly, hi, I'm Dawson. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, be sure to like that video and also subscribe, and make sure you watch it to the end. It helps the algorithm out a lot. But enough chit chat, let's go ahead and get into the topic. So in order to understand a little bit about the origins of Friday the 13th, we first have to look at the number 13. So the number 13 has long been considered by Western cultures as unlucky, earning its reputation from both religious and mythological beliefs. One of the earliest superstitious accounts of the number 13 can be traced back to the Last Supper. At the Last Supper, there were 13 guests, Jesus and his 12 disciples. Judas, the apostle who betrayed Jesus, was the 13th member to sit down at the table. The betrayal of Jesus, followed by his crucifixion on Good Friday, led to the association of number 13 with misfortune and doom. There is a similar myth in Norse mythology. In the myth of the gods' banquet in Valhalla, 12 gods were invited. However, Loki crashed the event as the 13th guest. As a result, this led to chaos and eventually the death of beloved god Balder. This is considered to have added a negative connotation to the number 13. In numerology, 12 is considered a complete number, symbolizing wholeness. 12 numbers in a year, 12 zodiac signs, 12 apostles, you get the gist. In contrast, the number 13 is viewed as irregular and unbalanced, which is a disruption of the harmony associated with 12. So the combination of that unlucky day and that unlucky number has created quite a foreboding date. However, the specific fear of Friday the 13th didn't become more widespread until the late 19th and early 20th centuries. One of the earliest references found of Friday the 13th being considered unlucky is found in Henry Sutherland Edwards' 1869 biography of composer, I don't think I'm going to say this right, but Gioacchino Rossini, where it mentions his death on Friday the 13th. Rossini himself reportedly thought Friday the 13th as an unlucky day and an unlucky number. Another early mention of this comes in a 1907 novel titled Friday the 13th. The fear of Friday the 13th further gained traction with the publishing of the novel. The novel was written by Thomas W. Lawson and tells the story of a stockbroker who took advantage of a superstition to cause financial panic on Wall Street. The book was a success and it helped popularize the notion of Friday the 13th being an unlucky day in modern culture. Friday has been historically considered an unlucky day in many cultures and religion, and here's why. In Christianity, Friday is linked to the crucifixion of Jesus, which happened on Good Friday. This association with Friday made it a somber and inauspicious day for centuries. In some Christian traditions, Fridays were days of penance and reflection, which have added to the idea of it being an unlucky day. Medieval Christians avoided embarking on long journeys or starting important tasks on Fridays to avoid unluck or failure. There's even some pagan influence in there too. In some traditions, Fridays were linked to fertility goddesses like Frigg, which is the Norse god of love and fertility, and Venus, the Roman goddess. Some historians speculate that as Christianity spread, these goddesses were demonized and Fridays, being their sacred day, became unlucky. Some more historical points and references that may have helped cement the superstition of Friday the 13th include the Knights of the Templar arrest of 1307. On Friday, October 13th, 1307, King Philip IV of France ordered a mass arrest of the Knights Templar, a powerful military order during the Crusades. Hundreds of knights were arrested, tortured into confession, and later executed. This event, one of the most notorious in medieval history, has often been linked to the superstition of Friday the 13th. Though the connection was likely made in later centuries, there have been several other incidents of misfortune that occurred on Friday the 13th, such as shipwrecks to aviation accidents and stuff of that nature that have further reinstilled the fear of Friday the 13th. However, events like this are likely contributed to superstition rather than actually causing it, obviously. The fear of Friday the 13th is so prevalent that it even has its own name, and I'm going to attempt to say it. So here we go. Paraskevidecatriophobia. from the Greek words for Friday, 13, and fear. In modern times, the media has further embedded the fear of Friday the 13th into popular culture. One of these incarnations includes the horror film series Friday the 13th. In the series, killer Jason Voorhees comes back from the dead and terrorizes his victims and is really hard to kill. This all plays into the fear of the day and adds to the mystique.
Weren't invited. Son of a bitch.
Not everywhere is Friday the 13th considered unlucky. In many countries, Tuesday the 13th is considered unlucky instead of Friday. For example, in Spain, in Latin America, the term Martes 13, which means Tuesday the 13th, is considered bad and unlucky. Friday the 17th is the unlucky day in Italy, where 17 is viewed as a cursed number because it can be arranged into the Roman numeral XVII, which when anagrammed spells vixi, which means I have lived or my life is over in Latin. So, the conclusion. The fear of Friday the 13th is a result of centuries of myth, religion, and cultural evolution. Whether its origin lies within the Norse mythology, the Bible, or medieval times, the fusion of Friday and the number 13 has created a powerful and enduring symbol of bad luck in Western society. Over time, the superstition has become deeply ingrained, perpetuated by media and the collective belief. And while it holds no factual basis, the belief in its power remains strong for many. So, there you have it, the origins of the fear of Friday the 13th. If you like this video and you want to see more stuff like this, please check out my channel. I'm sure there's something on there you can find interesting. And if you want to see more stuff like this, leave me a comment on what I should cover next. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you for this video. And until next time, peace.